Customers came to my garage, crying because their electric car battery died in the middle of nowhere. That's when I realized are EVs the future isn't a simple yes. That's what Jack, a mechanic with 35 years of experience, told us. From old smoky gas guzzlers to shiny electric cars, he's seen it all. At first, he was hooked. No oil, no fumes. Our electric cars better than gas cars. But then he learned the truth through every broken-down car that rolled in. Today, we're hearing Jack share the 15 biggest problems with owning an electric car, straight from his garage. If you find this useful, hit like, subscribe, and let's get started. Jack says the first nightmare he ran into was public charging stations. One customer rushed to his garage, pale as a ghost, because the nearest charger was broken and wouldn't work. He said, "You plug it in, and the thing just sits there dead. I see it all the time." For him, chargers break more often than they function. Are electric cars worth it? He laughs. Not if you're stranded waiting to charge. He's had to tow cars back because customers had no other choice. Next up, Jack shakes his head when he talks about charging apps. Customers told him they'd download an app, enter their card, and wait, only for it to crash and not charge at all. He once saw a guy smash his phone because the app wouldn't take his payment. Filling up gas just takes a pump, but electric cars? You need an IT degree, he quips. Are electric cars better than gas cars? He says no way, not with charging this complicated. And that's not all. Jack says waiting in line at charging stations is an everyday hassle. One of his customers waited 2 hours and gave up because they never got a turn. He recalls, too few stations, too many cars, it's worse than lining up for football tickets. He's towed cars back to the garage because people lost patience. Are electric cars worth it? He shrugs, not if you're wasting a whole day to charge. Then there's the time Jack remembers towing a car for a lady who got lost. She couldn't find a charger within 50 miles, and her car died on the road. He says gas stations are everywhere, but chargers, rare as gold. He jokes, better pack a tow rope just in case. Are EVs the future? He says not yet, not with charging infrastructure like this. Moving on, Jack nods when he talks about Tesla. He says Tesla's chargers work well, rarely break, worth the money. But what about other brands? He's fixed all kinds of cars and hears constant complaints. Broken, slow, scarce. If it's not Tesla, don't expect reliable charging, he warns. Are electric cars more reliable? He says only Tesla comes close to a yes. What's more, Jack warns about the driving range of electric cars. Manufacturers claim 300 miles, but he says cold or hot weather cuts it by 20 to 30% right away. He's worked on a 2-year-old car where the customer complained the range dropped drastically. Long trips or steep hills drain the battery faster than you'd think. Are electric cars better than gas cars? He chuckles. Not if you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. Shifting gears, Jack says battery degradation in electric cars is unavoidable. One car he fixed lost 10% of its capacity after 100,000 miles, dropping from 300 to 270 miles. He says keep using it, and it drops even more. You buy a new car that feels old. He's seen customers regret not picking a bigger battery. Are electric cars more reliable? He says no, not when the battery keeps fading like that. And worse yet, Jack grumbles about electric car tires. He says they're heavy, with tons of power. Tires can't take it. One customer replaced tires twice as often as a gas car, worn out in just 2 years. He notes, money saved on oil, straight to new tires. Are electric cars worth it? He says it's hard to say yes with tire costs like these. Next in line, Jack explains the battery charging limits on electric cars. Manufacturers say keep it between 20 to 80% for longevity, but he calculates that 300-mile range, more like under 200 miles in reality. He's seen customers fume over how much range they lose. Ads make it sound great, but real use falls short, he says. Are EVs the future? He says not quite, not with charging limits like this. Then there's the fact that Jack says electric car reliability long-term is a mystery. He recalls, gas cars I've fixed for 20 years still run, but electric cars, no one knows what happens after 15 years. They're too new, with no track record. His customers worry for good reason. He once asked, investing without certainty, would you dare? Are electric cars more reliable? He says we can't say yes yet. Not stopping there, Jack shakes his head about repairing electric cars. He says electronics, cooling systems, it's a mess of complexity. One Tesla repair took a month because parts were missing, and the customer was furious. He adds, break something, and it's thousands out of pocket. Even small garages like mine dread it. Are electric cars worth it? He says no, not with repair costs this high. And on top of that, Jack says replacing a battery is a huge fear. He warns, after the warranty, a new battery costs 10 to 20 grand. Who wouldn't freak out? One customer sold their car over this worry. He's seen 5-year-old cars where owners were already panicking. Are electric cars safe? He says, sure, but your wallet isn't. Beyond that, Jack talks about the resale value of electric cars. He says, first 3 to 5 years, they hold value. After 8, they plummet. Old batteries scare buyers off. He recalls, good cars sold for peanuts, your investment vanishes. Are electric cars worth it? He says it's tough to say yes when resale drops like that. That's not all. Jack complains about electric car insurance. He says repairs are pricey, so insurance shoots up. One customer gasped at a bill double that of a gas car. He notes, they're safe, sure, but not for your bank account. Are electric cars safe? He says yes, but the insurance costs will stress you out. And finally, Jack wraps up with the purchase price of electric cars. He says they're expensive, millions more than gas cars on average. Even he, a garage guy, finds it out of reach, let alone regular folks. He adds, normal people wanting one? Wait a decade. Are EVs the future? He says maybe, but not right now. Jack shared these 15 problems from his garage. The reality is harsh, but he doesn't deny it. Are EVs the future? I believe so. Tech will improve, and things will change in a few years. Are electric cars better than gas cars? Not yet, but he says, if you're into it, give it a shot. I won't stop you. Are electric cars worth it? That's for you to decide. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We want to hear them. Like, subscribe if this felt real, and swing by Jack's garage if your car breaks down. Thanks for watching. See you next time.